What's up, YouTube? It's 419 Morse here. Will's behind the camera, Semper Fi. Check him out. He's on Instagram. And you doing YouTube still?
Yeah, when I get a chance.
He's getting there. So check that out too, guys. Real quick, clutch update time with an ID video. So this is going to be tough. But first, some good news. So one of the babies that I did have labeled as what I thought was a Super GHI NG at the time. I didn't even think about it. I was completely wrong because it wasn't even close. But this is actually a GHI red stripe NG double het clown hypo. And we'll come over here in the light so you guys can see this. So obviously it's GHI because it was from a super. The red stripe is giving you this thick, nice start of the band behind the neck, and it's coming down here. GHI is intensifying the stripe a little bit, but the red stripe is really defining it and making it that much more intense. NG's reducing it, giving you the banded look because it looks just like the GHI NG hypo, so you get that same banding look on it. So they're kind of similar. But then what really got me was the paradox, and after I started thinking about it, once Will pointed it out, that's probably the het clown coming through, more than likely. So then I went back in my records and he was paired, or she was paired to the red stripe NG clown. So this is actually a red stripe GHI NG double het hypo clown, guys. Really gorgeous snake. And again, you can see the nice, good, red stripe on it, and that makes great sense. So
you can even see the clown head stamp trying to come through. The orange in it.
So yeah, so I'm really pleased with that one. Didn't think about that one, guys. So now we're gonna do this clutch update with the Nanny. It was hard because we were talking, what we got, 8 genes in this. So we have a Blackhead NG GHI yellow belly, Pastel Mojave, Sugar Nanny. I think that's it. Yeah, Sugar Nanny. Pastel Mojave, Sugar Nanny, Blackhead, NG, GHI yellow belly. Yeah. So that was the genes that we're working with. A lot of cool stuff. Was not expecting this. It was just one of those clutches where it wasn't really the ideal male, but I'm glad it happened. So we'll start with the very least one. You have a Pastel Mojave yellow belly, possibly Sugar. I don't think it is. I think your whites would be more up on here. You got the flaming from the yellow belly. Pastel's bringing in the yellows. Mojave's giving you a little bit of reduction. Yellow belly's brightening it up. Pretty nice clean snake. It is a male. He will be available on Morph Market at some point. Really gorgeous snake. So we kind of start adding to that combo. So keep that snake in mind, guys. So now we're gonna get these. That was the only one that didn't have Nanny in it. So here we have a Blackhead. So we have where is it at? We have a Blackhead Pastavi Sugar Nanny, and that's what this one is. So obviously I believe that the blacks are really coming in kind of strong with this. If it was Mojave, I don't think it would be as black. And that's the same thing with this. So these are pretty identical. And then the Mojave's reducing this pattern right here. And same thing over here. But the only difference is you're adding Sugar, just bringing up these whites. Do it here in an LED light. So you're adding the Sugar, which I believe is you're bringing these whites. And I think the yellow belly too, because you know you got the high flaming on here with pastel. Oh wait, no, this one doesn't have yellow belly in it. Sorry, guys. I think it was just it was a pastel sugar for how white this is all coming up and bright. Blackhead Mojave. We'll definitely be able to tell here in the next couple of sheds. You see the pastel head influence on them. So pastel is really lightening that head up on this one. Whereas you get the dark orangish tones from the Mojave coming in on this, but the pastel is covering it up. And probably the sugar influence too probably isn't helping that, because this one doesn't even have sugar in it or pastel. I do think it has yellow belly in it though. But it also has Nanny. They both have Nanny in it. So you guys can see the pattern, what Nanny does. It just kind of blows it up. Kind of makes it look really cool actually. That's really awesome. So I do believe that they're both Blackhead Pastavis. Just one has pastel sugar in it and the other one don't. So it'll be easier to tell here in the next couple of sheds, because they're not even established yet. So be excited to see. Tell me what you guys think. Open to opinions. So here's some of the combos you just really don't see. That's why it's kind of piecing it together here. So here I think is a Blackhead GHI Nanny Sugar Yellow Belly. I think the yellow belly is really bringing in, you know, this color as well. GHI is really granifying that pattern out, really blowing it up, making it pixelated, working with the Nanny. Super dark. It could be a GHI Blackhead Mojave. I think it might be a little bit darker. You know, I debated between that one too, you guys. I definitely think that there's GHI in it because of how blown up this pattern kind of is. And I think that's the Mojave doing that. Making it nice and reduced. Fighting with that GHI, and the Nanny's just kind of... It's tough saying. But then we'll compare it to... This is why I'm going to say maybe GHI. I'm not 100% sure on GHI on this one. Or this could be just a Blackhead Mojave Nanny. Sugar Yellow Belly too. I mean, regardless, I'm keeping it. Tell me what you guys think. It is a girl. But see here, you definitely have a Mojave. You have the pastel, you have the sugar, because the whites are all fighting each other. You got the ringer. You got Enchi because of how wide the eye stripes is compared to this one, if you guys can see that. Oh.
They'll cooperate.
You can see the difference on the eye stripes. How much wider this one is. Enchi's closing up the Nanny on this. And this, oops, sorry. And the pattern's pretty, you know, it's pretty similar. It really is. So that's why I think this one might have GHI in it. So pastel, sugar, you got the all white head, and she's closing the Nanny up, Mojave. And then I think that this one here is a GHI yellow belly, possibly sugar. I think there's sugar in it. It might even make Mojave. Could be all three dark jeans. But so this one's not going anywhere, so it don't matter. You got the Enchi head stamp right here, throwing with the pastel. You kind of see that right here. It's kind of typical. Okay, We're gonna put the dark one away real quick. So keep that in mind. And then we're gonna add to it. Oops. To me, this is my banger. And this one here is staying too. So if you guys look, so here you have the Mojave GHI Enchi, because it's closing this up. Like how it is with this. The Enchi's really blowing it up with the Nanny. You have Pastel. Think you might have sugar. Think you have sugar in it. The sugar. But the GHI is just really working the pattern. And the, I think without the blackhead, like in the other one, that's what's, you know, that blackhead's really darkening it up. So I don't think this one has blackhead. I think this one's just a Mojave GHI Nanny Pastel Sugar. This is a girl. This is a girl. Had a 2.4 on it. It's really gorgeous snakes. Awesome. Wasn't really expecting that. I'm gonna double check some IDs. I'm pretty confident on them. Like I said, they're just something that this stuff just hasn't been made. With it being so like 7 incomplete dominant genes, you just kind of all interact with each other in different ways. You just gotta kind of piece it together. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not. The podcast will be coming back soon. I know it's been a little bit. I had to take a little bit of a break. So stay tuned for that. Until then, guys, we're out. Enjoy the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying it. See ya.